if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, what did Tesla say? Frequency, vibration, oscillation, right? And so, D1 is the physical. It's a bandwidth of frequency represented by red, the color spectrum red. D2 is emotional, which is represented, sacral chakra, second dimension, orange. D3 is yellow, right, which is represented, which is literally D1, 2, 3, which is the mind. And you're 100% right. The mind will follow the breath, or the breath will follow the mind. If you master your breath, you'll master your mind. If you master your mind, you'll master the universe, because the law of mentality, the universe is mental. But with that being said, there's a very specific science of how you shift your angular rotational particle spin and particle pulsation rhythm and shift into dimension 4, 5, 6, what Freud called your superconscious mind, which is where your intuition lies, which is where, beyond space or time, having access to information. And so when you shift into that, literally you're accessing fourth, fifth, and sixth, and you can't solve a problem from the same level of consciousness it was created from. So from that level, I can see myself, my family, humanity from a higher level of perception, and literally something that would take you 3 years to do on dimension 1, 2, 3, from a higher level of perception, a higher level of consciousness, I can probably solve that problem in 10 minutes based upon 3 years if I was grinding from the 3D linear time. Right. And so then there's dimension 7, 8, 9, and the sixth DNA strand is your angelic mind. The seventh, eighth, ninth is your archangel, what New Agers call archangel, or your oversoul. Right. And so there's a specific science on how to shift angular rotation and particle spin into a higher level of perception and activate a higher level of mind. And that's the thing, like all of humanity has this ability. The morphogenetic field for the 12-stranded DNA is literally just there, 90-something% of our DNA. To be activated with the right sound, light, and symbols.
After such a profound response, I can't believe I'm about to mention an org chart of all things, but pardon me.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, there's I'm picturing like an org chart of like source, and then like oversouls, and then souls, and then incarnate humans. Is that a... Sorry, I'm laughing at myself. But is that a good visual for understanding this stuff?
Absolutely, bro. You got it. That's it. That's exactly what I see, is one soul stream coming down from the oversoul, literally through electromagnetic fission. It's like a tree in a branch, like a Christmas tree. So like there's 12 souls, and then one soul, literally through electromagnetic fission, 12 individuals. And that's exactly what it is. It's like a Christmas tree. And so 12 souls on 4 different timelines incarnate. And then above that, the 12 souls, there's 12 coming out of literally one oversoul becomes 12 souls. So it's 12 times 12 is 144. And on the oversoul level, literally, if you take that one step further, it's every oversoul is 12 for Avatar Krista. So it's 12 times 12 times 12, 1,728 simultaneous versions of ourselves existing on 4 different timelines simultaneously. And when you reach 0 point, you can communicate with all of them.
Thank you for holding space for that response.
Yeah.
Just couldn't help it. There are a couple of people that have come through, existence, Christ, Buddha, some rishis. There's been some really incredible people in history, and even life now. In terms of, looking at what are the roles of these particular, or is everyone just as divine as each other? And some people here to is it like a prismatic reflection that they will provide to them? What are the roles of what we call the masters, I guess, in some way?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's so many ways to look at it, different perspectives. But on a just the word that I really love is holarchy, not hierarchy, holarchy. And so absolutely everybody, according to the sacred law of one, is equal, 100% human, 100% divine. As far as worth, everybody's equal. There's nobody better or worse ever. Everything is source. All things flow from source. All things return to source. All things are bathing in source. And how can source be different than source? Source is source. So according to the sacred law of one, we are all one, we are all interconnected, and we all have value just because we exist as source. And that's holarchy. But everybody has different roles. And they choose their role. That's the crazy thing. It's like everybody chooses their role. And so my role is to be authentically me, when I'm in that frequency of just being authentically me, unprogrammed, unconditioned, we attract what we are. And so we will literally attract everything that we came here to be. And so, yeah, with that being said, though, also, like, I can also see, like, I think every quote unquote master had a different role. Of the timing that they came was exactly according to the time that they needed that teacher. And also remember, like, the morphogenetic field, when, like, for example, J12, Jesus, Jeshua, not the biblical one, the one that is not written about a lot. But if he activated his 12th dimensional, completely, the last one that I'm aware of, that last avatar I'm aware of that activated their full 12 strand potential, then that morphogenetic imprint is available for everybody. And so they pave a way, in a way, for that to happen for humanity. And then also, though, I think it's also deeper. Just like you, for example, when you're healing your DNA, it's all connected. So 7 to 11 generations back, you're healing your ancestors. And then also 7 to 11 generations forward, you're healing your future children. And then also, like, not to mention, quantumly, every child that was born into the same set of circumstances that you're born into, whatever you've overcome, you have the keys to the consciousness in the quantum field to share it with somebody else. And so I think there's, multiple different ways of looking at these teachers who come. But, I think that's why Jesus said, like, these things that I've done, you shall do and more. And I think he was talking about our timeline because, back in the day, like, we used to, like, literally have to wait at a master's feet in India for like 2 years and 3 years cleaning, doing karma yoga to get one mantra that was supposedly, if we chanted it for that lifetime, going to liberate our karma. But it's like, hey guys, here's like all of the techniques. Anybody who's hungry for truth, literally go out there right now and search. You're going to find it. You're going to get the techniques and the tools to be able to, what I think and what I really believe for the earnest seeker, clear all of your trauma in one lifetime and karma if you're really earnest and devout if that's what you want. So
At this juncture in the conversation, it's quite pronounced. The word distortion really comes to mind. It's like, it seems like, I think in the spiritual path we're generally seeking, and then there's the seeking is, I'm looking to accrue something. And actually what I'm hearing as a subtext of this conversation is like, you've already got it all. It's just these distortions are all in the way, bro. And it's like, how to sort of navigate your way through the distortions. And then I couldn't help but, coming to that realization in this conversation, then looking back and kind of going, wow, what a world we live in, 21st century right now, artificial intelligence turning its volume up, technology turning its volume up, like, just so many things, screens, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of distortion at this time in particular. I'm just remarking upon the fact that it is quite an interesting time where technologies like what you're describing are arriving to support us through, but also the distortions are also turning up quite loudly at a time like this as well.
Yeah, I think like, especially like the next 5 years are going to be, I don't know, like, I guess it's all perspective. It's all perspective. And if I spot it, I got it. Because like my DNA is projecting my hologram. And so literally I can only take responsibility over that. But like, I feel like for these next 5 years, this is the lifetime that humanity has waited for. And this is my perspective, obviously. I feel like there's going to be a rapid shift, and all the technology, and there's going to be shifts, and everybody's in Mother Earth. We're on a return cycle to Source, and so I think that there is a frequency though, where when you reach a certain frequency, and some days I'm going to be honest, like some days I'm there. It's just complete divine neutrality. There is no distortion. Literally, like even like the things on news that, a lot of people would say, like, from a certain perspective, like, wow, there's so much crap in humanity. And yet, I guess on a certain perspective, it is, right? We're going through war, there's a lot of things happening right now that, unfortunately, like, what human beings would call suffering. But when the reason that I really love this wisdom for me personally is, at least theoretically, embodiment is another thing. So I'm really learning how to embody all of this wisdom and carry it. But there is a certain frequency where there is no disease. there is a certain perspective where I wouldn't change a thing.
Hey there, Inspired Evolutionary. If you absolutely loved this, well then here's a full conversation with this guest on the Inspired Evolution podcast. Check it out now.